wonderful people, a pleasant evening to you. All right, I'm going to talk about a particular video that is unfortunate on a sort of multi-dimensional angle. In so many ways, the video rather is unfortunate. So this is a case where a woman who, based on medical science or based on, what doctors would promulgate, is an obese woman. In fact, when I was listening to the media, they said that, I've heard people saying that she weighs 500 pounds or 550 pounds. And one guy literally said she actually weighs, I don't know, he chimed in and said she actually weighs 498 pounds. I don't remember what her height is, so it is difficult to speak on her BMI. What you call it, body mass index or something of the sort. Now, apparently, she called an Uber, and when the guy pulled up, he realized the size of this woman and told her that unfortunately, he cannot take her because of her weight or size. And he indicated that his vehicle cannot hold her in it. And, there was not a friendly banter, but her really questioning him and probing and asking him why, and telling him categorically that she can actually hold. I was watching a vlogger, doing a sort of commentary on the entire saga, and he was given an example of a particular vehicle. I don't remember which vehicle that can actually hold 850 pounds. So if she weighs, call it 500, then you know that nobody over, well, you wouldn't say 350 because you don't want to put it to the exact weight that it gives you, so you probably say somebody who maybe is just one other person, or maybe two small individuals, small in body, where maybe both weigh 100 or 100 and a little bit pounds, because you don't want to pack it, to capacity, because it will affect the flow of the drive, the full functionality. And I started to reminisce because yesterday was when my ignorance, gained some bliss, meaning I thought when I saw a picture of the woman that there were some vehicles that could not hold her. But what somebody said to me who actually does Uber driving, I know it's not, I said Uber, but I think it's Lyft, said that even the most basic motor vehicle, small or not, can actually hold her. Because I don't know what the basic weight is. Maybe I can use like what they have in the elevator, 600 and something. I don't know if it's kilogram or pounds. I don't recall. But he was saying that she can actually hold in the car. It's just that depending on the diameter and the circumference of the door, it may be problematic for her or anybody with similar weight, and width. May not be able to get in, but once they get in, they can hold, and it will not stop the vehicle from moving. And I was on a live yesterday, and there was a gentleman who spoke about a friend, and he was quite distraught. He said he had a friend who basically was of the same weight. Her weight was as a result of being avaricious, what Jamaicans call craven greedy. It wasn't a hormonal issue or a medical issue. He even reminisced on both of them going to a place, to the all-you-can-eat place. I've been to one already. And it said it got so bad that they asked her to leave because he said she kept eating and eating and eating and eating. And they asked her to leave and paid her back. I don't know if she tried to sue them for embarrassment or whatever it is, but it became very disheartening to them, to say the least. And when he said that, I started to reminisce and go back in memory when I was watching the very gifted and wise Dr. Phil. I think he's a medical doctor by profession, or it's PhD, whichever one. But I remember there was a woman who came on. Her family brought her there because she weighed about 700 and something pounds. So they had to weigh her on what, I don't know the official name, but I know it as cow scale, meaning scales that they weigh cows, animals, and so on of that weight, because she would not be able to hold on the regular scale that you or I who weigh in regular weight, as long as it's not maybe 300. I think the regular scales, it goes up to what, about 250 or 200 and something. So she could not obviously weigh on those scales. It would break. It would, and they had to put her on the cow scale. And the guys interjected and said that I'm going to tell you this far, that when some of these people, based on their weight, and they need to do an x-ray, they end up having to go to the zoo to use the same, I don't know if it's the same x-ray machinery that they would use on the animals, because their body mass is so huge, it is so large. And when I watched that Dr. Phil's program, it was very disheartening. It was in no way, shape, or form a laughing matter. He was fearful, and I felt the very same way, because the lady saw no problem, and I was very incensed by her family, because in the interim, or in the initial stages, they seemingly were supporting her bad habit. Her cause was just being avaricious, as they would say, craven, greedy. It wasn't a hormonal issue, because they did their probing. It was not a medical issue. Obviously, there must be some psychological trauma somewhere that caused her to start that, but she just became greedy and just eating food, going away. And he said, let me tell you something, dear. If you continue to put on this weight, and he started to list, I saw about 20 different diseases, ailments, and sicknesses, ranging from cancer, heart attack, or cardiovascular issues, stroke, diabetes, hypertension, what else? Cholesterol level issues. It went on, and renal failure, liver conditions, kidney. It went on. My jaw dropped. The mic, I was shocked to oblivion. And he said, you are lucky if you're able to live up to 50 to pass it. And he was showing other people who weighed, I think, 1,000 pounds, close to 1,000 pounds. One was barely over it. I think that the individual died before they had reached 50. You know what I mean? Because they were probably one breeze away from a cardiovascular, or what we call a heart attack. I don't know if I would want to chide the Lyft driver, because had the guy not said to me that the basic car can hold her weight, if it were me, I would have probably had the same concern. The guy who talked about the girl went to the all-you-can-eat and they threw her out, said that he has the same friend. Anytime he has to carry her, he has to have 3 spare tires. All of them go in that same day. All of them go. He was distraught because he wanted to help his friend, and the friend did not take any heed and any warning. And when I listened to the guy, I thought, with the way how it came across initially, I thought the guy was being discourteous and vitriolic. He was not. He had concerns. He shared them with the best way. He didn't sound rude. And I want people to remember this. From the mere fact that she was videoing it, it meant that this preempting was something that she figured would have happened before. Or it happened before, figured would have happened as before. In other words, more than likely this was not the first time, because if it was, why would you need to videotape the man when he came on the scene? Why would you need to do that? Why would you need to record the man? And, they were showing the lady, the one who weighed 498 or 500 pounds, whatever it is, saying nothing is wrong, and she's basically okay, showing her assets off. And I would want to say to her, from a medical perspective, it is foolhardy to think that weight is good to keep for aesthetic purposes. For medical reasons, it would behoove her to deal with that matter. I wish somebody could pull up back that Dr. Phil's segment. If she sees that, tears would come tumbling down. It is an unfortunate situation, The man had concerns. Anyway, guys, you know what to do. Read TikTok and YouTube. Subscribe. Give me a like.